Hey traders, John Halley. Man, oh man, oh man, what a time we are living in, eh? What a time we're living in right now. Isn't it just such a crazy world, guys? It really, really is, isn't it? It's right now in the thick of it. What's going on right now, it just seems like it won't end. And every time I look on YouTube, and every time that I look around, it seems like it's getting worse, especially over in America, right? Like this virus that's happening right now. It just seems like that it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I was pretty much expecting that with, especially New York, because they're doing the most testing, I believe. But yeah, it's just such a crazy time, and right now it seems like it's just getting so out of control. But the bad news is that it's probably going to get a little bit worse for another week or two. But then the good news is that we're getting to the end of how bad this is. Because right now it is just absolutely everywhere. Here in Australia, all over America, like things look really, really, really bad. And when things look really, really, really bad and they look like they're just never going to turn around, that's the time that things are about to turn around. And we've just got to have faith. Just got to have faith that things are turning around and things are going to turn around here. The number one thing that I'm doing, and I encourage you to do, is to not try to look at so much articles or videos or anything like that is talking about statistics, what's happening, and so on and so forth. Yes, it's a really, really bad thing that's happening right now, and people are dying from this, and it's really, really bad. But I don't want you to be one of those statistics. And the best thing you can do is to make sure that you're staying at the most strongest yourself, that if you ever do catch it, that you can deflect it and keep moving on with life. And by you looking at how bad this is and looking at the stats, looking at statistics, reading up on this thing and getting all involved with this thing, it's actually going to do nothing but get you in a fearful state. It's going to do nothing but get you worried, get you fearful, and it's not going to do you any good. In fact, it's going to cause you to lose sleep, cause you to be worried. That alone is going to compromise your immune system. And it's not a good place to be in. So I really encourage you guys to try not to look at this stuff, try not to look at it. We want to be in the right mind frame, we want to be in the right headspace. Like for me personally, as a person in my life, and the people around me, they need me to be on the best. They need me to be calm. They need me to be, set an example of, everything's going to be okay. And set an example for that. Guys, it's right now in the thick of it. It just seems like it's never going to end. And it seems like it's getting so bad right now. But I promise you guys, we're getting towards the end of the hill, so to speak. And over the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to get even bigger of a hill. But I would say probably by mid-April, that hill in a lot of places here in Australia, especially over in America, they're likely to start to go down. And the funny thing that happens, guys, is that it seems like it's never going to end, and it's never going to get better. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it suddenly dies down, and before you know it, a week or two later, it's like, wow, it just like, whew, it just, it's not as bad. And I remember that happened with the fires here in Australia. It got so bad. We were doing concerts, people were donating money. It just got really, really, really bad. And I got to a point where I thought, wow, this is never going to end. Like, this is just going crazy and crazy and crazy. Now, why was I thinking that as well too, right? Because everyone was talking about it. Everyone, how bad it is, right? And then the news and all that sort of stuff, it's like, wow. And guess what? When it got to a point where it was just out of control, and they're bringing and the government's now paying for, you know, water bombers from overseas. I forget exactly where they were. They're coming over, and it's out of control, and all this sort of stuff, and it just seemed like it was never ever going to end. It just seems like it was never going to end. And the funny thing is that we got a little bit of rain and it slowed down, and within a few weeks, a month max, it was gone. And that's how quick this is going to happen with what's happening right now with this. It's just going to quickly die out, really quickly. It doesn't seem like that, but if you look at most of those countries, and you can we only can go based on those countries. Look at most of those countries, right? They had such a vertical line when they're doing all the testing. China and so on and so forth. It got really bad. It kept going, and then suddenly it stopped, and then it just, the numbers just fell off a cliff. As in, like, it went from like tens of thousands of people being identified as having it to like 100 people a day. You know, less than 100 people. And that's going to happen, okay? So we are getting towards the end of this right now. And the reason why I say this is because it looks like it's just going absolutely crazy, and this is just never going to end. Yes, it's probably going to get a little bit worse in the next week or two, because we're right at the thick of it. We're right at the end of it. And it's going to, and life always happens, right? Life always just want to give you that one last real bad hit. And then it starts to turn around. So I can see, guys, probably by April, May, I would say probably by the end of May, guys, things are going to look really different. Probably, I reckon by the middle of April, things will start to sort of go down. But it's probably going to be sort of the mid-May towards the end of May that things would have really picked up. Towards the end of June, guys, I believe this is probably going to be really, by the end of June, I see the World Health Organization, WHO, coming out and saying it's all contained now, and everything will be back in full swing, as in the economy. Everything will be open. Everyone will be rehiring again, and things will start to move again. My only thing that I'm worried about is that it takes a while for the economy to actually pick up once again for where it was. And that will happen. That will take a bit of time for it to pick up. I don't believe the stock market's going to do that. I think the stock market's going to rally, and that's going to be a precursor of what's going to happen over the next 3 to 6 months. Just like it's done right now, we've had a crash, 3 to 6 months period, and then a rally, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm seeing right now, guys, when it comes to the stock market, but when it comes to this virus thing as well too. Please, guys, please stop. I encourage you to not listen to the news, not read statistics on this and how bad it is and all that sort of stuff. And it's horrible, you know. I mean, it is absolutely horrible about what's going on right now. It really is. And people are getting affected by it. But the best thing we can do for ourselves is to make ourselves so strong mentally, and also emotionally, and also physically, that if we do come across someone that's got it, even if we do get it, it's going to be a little blip on the screen, and we can continue moving forward. The last thing you want to do is to continue read up on this, have bad sleep, be fearful, be worried, and it causes your health to deteriorate, your immune system go down, and before you know it, if you did get it in that state, it is not going to help you at all. And that's the last thing I want from you. I don't want you to be one of those statistics. And we do have a choice, you know. We do have a choice whether if we do get it, what sort of state, where are we at that point in our life. And we have a choice. And what I mean by that is, we don't have a choice whether they're going to get it or not. Sometimes we're just going to get it. But we have a choice of where we're going to be at that time, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to say, you know what, virus, we're going to kick your ass. And so that's where I'm at right now, guys. You know, I'm at that place right now in my life, and And yeah, I just know that we're going to absolutely just kick this virus's ass, and you know, it's going to be something that that I know that we all can do. So anyway, guys, that's it for me, and I will speak to you guys real soon.